Wild Turtle pulling up 10 this game. Money through the low as well. Double cover cross chase still going through. Benny low, one hit from Dead. Gonna give that away to Cop. 3-man kill here for Curse. C9 looking good in this fight. Can they find another? Ty's gonna get huge in this battle. Mankler on the chase. Gonna get the snow. Gets the double kill.
Coming back in, double it, flashes the binding, Condemn against the wall, one more shot, and he gets the long-range snipe.
There's surrender from XDG though.
Hugs all around for TSM. It's almost like they didn't even miss a beat.
Welcome to Week 9 of the North American League Championship Series. We're coming to you live from our studios in Los Angeles, California. I'm Rivington Bism III, and with me is Joshua Jat Leesman. Jat, how you feeling after the off week, man?
I'm feeling pretty good. It's really good to be back. You don't realize how used to the LCS you get until it's gone.
I know, almost forgot my ways, how to get here. But we're here, and we're ready to go. There are now only 3 weeks left of the spring split, and what is the home stretch for some is a sprint for those hoping to pull themselves out of the relegation zone.
Yeah, so each team has 8 games left, and the bottom 5 teams are all separated by only 4 games. So it's still possible for any of these teams to save themselves a trip to the summer promotion tournament, but they have to start turning it around today.
So for a closer look at this week's news, we start in Katowice, Poland, where the Intel Extreme Masters Championships were held. First place went to OGN's KT Rolster Bullets, with Fnatic taking second, but Cloud9 had an impressive performance over there.
Yeah, Cloud9 had some commanding wins over China's WE and also the Taipei Assassins. They did lose in the semifinals to Fnatic, but they did have a good performance on an international stage.
And they'll be back in action in North America this week. Also making his return to the NALCS is TSM's Bjergsen. He'll be happy to find that the team did not burn down the gaming house while he was away.
Yeah, TSM was quite successful with Reginald covering the mid lane for them. They went 5-1 in Bjergsen's absence, and they also had that 4-0 perfect record in Super Week. They still sit in first place with a 1-game lead over Cloud9.
And TSM returns to its regular lineup as EG announced they would be bringing on 3 subs to cover for Snoopy, Yellowpea, and Crepo, who will be taken out this week to take on visa issues.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky for them, but their subs are the more important thing right now. AD carry is going to be Robert X. Lee. A lot of people know him from the North American Challenger Series. Then Ken, who might be known as Executioner Ken, or in the Collegiate Championship, Fang Shen. He will be filling in as support.
So many names.
And covering in the jungle is going to be Think Card. He's an unknown player from Challenger Solo Queue.
Yep, and we'll see how all that plays out in our 4 matches today, beginning with Team Solo Mid versus XDG.
Then 5th place Curse will attempt to overtake the 4th place Dignitas. After that, Coast aims to rebound from a Super Week when they square off against Cloud9.
That's right. Then in our final LCS match, we have the new Evil Geniuses versus CLG. Then be sure to stick around for the North American Challenger Series semifinals immediately following our LCS coverage. That's the schedule, but let's break down the players we're going to be keeping an eye on this week. First up are the new faces on Evil Geniuses who are making their NALCS debut. We saw in the European League when several Ninjas in Pajamas players covered for members of Gambit had mixed success, but with EG hovering at 7th place, it is a dangerous time to not have your starters.
Yeah, Coast had a tough Super Week as well, so we're going to be keeping our eye on Nintendo X and see how he performs. Unfortunately, he has 85 deaths so far, which is the most in the North American LCS. He needs to stop the deaths and help Coast get back to it.
That's right. Also, we're anxious to see how well Bjergsen jumps back into the TSM mid lane. He's been playing on the European server for 3 weeks now while he was out, so we'll see if there is any trouble adjusting to that.
Yeah, and speaking of adjustments, Cop adjusted just fine to his new support last week, Bunny Fufu. He helped Curse to a strong 3-1 Super Week, and we have to see if he can stay at it. He is the most consistent AD carry, and with that new support, can they do it 2 weeks in a row?
Let's see. From Cloud9, Hai had a huge week in Poland, helped secure 2 big wins for the team, and had some great plays on Gragas, if you remember. We'll see if he and the rest of the boys in blue can carry that momentum into this week. So let's check out the league standings as they are now brought to you by the new season of Game of Thrones. In first place, it's Team Solo Mid with 17 wins and 3 losses.
Still trailing just 1 game back is Cloud9 with CLG in 3rd place. Dignitas holds 4th, but right on their tail is Bunny Fufu and Team Curse.
Then slipping down to 6th place, Team Coast with 7 wins and 13 losses, followed by Evil Geniuses in 7th, and its last place is XDG. So life on Summoner's Rift and life in King